Welcome back to the channel. If you are returning, welcome. If you are new here, I am the Blunt Reader, and this is going to be a twin flame reading. Please keep in mind that this is general, so it cannot and will not resonate with every single person who is watching this video. I am not currently taking personal readings, but feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Blunt Reader, where I post pick a card readings as well as channeled messages. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this video, then it is meant for you to see it. With all of that being said, let's go ahead and see what's going on with Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, and take a look at the mutual energy. Spirit, what is the energy surrounding Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine at this time? We have reciprocity. This talks about reciprocation, equal give and take. At the bottom of the deck, we have romance. So there could be some romantic gestures that are taking place, that are happening between you and your Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine, however it goes for you. This is like the perfect card for twin flames because there is one flame. Two different flames that come together and create one. As I was shuffling and meditating on the energy, I was hearing a song that I used to hear when I went to church, and I have no idea what the name of the song is, but in the song, it says he allowed us to come together one more time. He being God, Spirit, whoever you believe in spiritually, but essentially whoever you believe in spiritually has allowed you to come together one more time. In the song, they're talking about people just being at church. I guess I don't really know what the actual meaning is, but the fact that I heard it before I started doing this video says to me like Spirit is allowing you and this person to come together one more time. So if there's been any doubt in your mind if this is going to come together, I feel like this is a confirmation, reassurance that Spirit is going to allow you to come together one more time in an effort to do whatever it is you're supposed to be doing here with this person that you are connected to, with the other part of this flame. So let's see. What is the energy surrounding Divine Masculine? Spirit, what is the current energy? We have the Ace of Pentacles. What is the mutual energy for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine? We have the Six of Swords, and we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. What's the energy surrounding Divine Feminine at this time? We have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Hierophant. I feel like the energy for both Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine is like very focused on the long-term goal, knowing what you want, knowing what you desire. This Ace of Pentacles that is here for Divine Masculine is like this woman looks very much so focused. She has this pentacle in her hand. She knows what she's going to do with this pentacle. It's just a matter of getting it done. And I believe in the karmic video that I did last week, the Ace of Pentacles came out, and it came out with the Seven of Pentacles, and I mentioned in that video that it was still a bit of a waiting game, but it's like Divine Masculine is very much so sure about what's going to happen with this pentacle. Like, I know that I'm going to give this pentacle to my Divine Feminine. It's just a matter of getting the green light to do so, and I feel like the green light will be given once the healing has taken place, and once it's time for this to happen. With Divine Feminine's energy, again with this Knight of Swords, it's like becoming a bit impatient because you've been waiting, and it's just like, oh my goodness, like we're in the last stretch, come on. It's like this rush almost feels like a rush of passion, even though that's not the Knight of Wands. That's kind of how I feel. I also feel like Divine Feminine's thoughts and feelings may be in overdrive at this time, really thinking about the long term though with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is about marriage, long term commitment, you know, the traditional values, roles, etc. So I feel like Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine are both focused on the end goal here. And, you know, like I said, with Divine Feminine's energy, maybe a little bit impatient, wanting to jump the gun, wanting to just go in and be like, look, this is going to happen right now. And Spirit is just like, relax, chill. Like, we going to get there. I promise. We're going to get there. But just relax. This mutual energy, Six of Swords, Ten of Cups in reverse, is moving away from this relationship for Divine Masculine. It could also be for Divine Feminine if you were in a relationship or your Divine Feminine was in a relationship or involved with somebody. Maybe you both had to kind of get out of the situation that you were in order to be prepared for one another. So let's see. Let's clarify. We do have the Eight of Wands at the bottom of this other deck. Eight of Wands, communication, also something happening quickly. So you may be hearing from your counterpart if you haven't been talking to this person. We have the Six of Wands at the bottom of this deck. Victory, success, being recognized, being acknowledged. Please clarify the Ace of Pentacles for Divine Masculine. There he is, the Emperor. He or she, but in the image it's a he. Please clarify the Emperor. We have the Queen of Wands. We have Death. We have the Page of Wands. Could definitely be getting communication. Two of Swords in reverse. And we have the Fool. So this Two of Swords in reverse is again Divine Masculine being very clear about what they want, what direction they're heading in, what's going to happen. Like, they know what's next. I feel like they're still just waiting on that green light because there's still some transformation that has to take place, some transforming that needs to take place. And maybe it needs to take place for both of you, but I do feel like Divine Masculine is in this Emperor energy, and maybe the transformation needs to happen with Divine Feminine, because I do feel like this Queen of Wands is Divine Feminine's energy. Not that, you know, Divine Feminine isn't the Empress, because Divine Feminine is always going to be the Empress, but maybe right now, for whatever reason, there is a need to work on a certain area. We'll see once we get to Divine Feminine's energy, but it looks like there's some more transformation that has to take place and healing that has to take place before these two flames can come together and burn brightly. But I do feel like communication is coming with this Page of Wands and the Fool. And if you haven't been talking to your Divine Masculine, your counterpart, then you will. I feel like Spirit is kind of going to, you know, give you a little something just to shut you up for a little while. I'm just saying. Like, so you can get out of this Knight of Swords energy and be able to focus on the things that you need to focus on. Like, here, we're going to give you a little something to quiet you up because you're doing too much right now, is what it feels like. Please clarify the Knight of Swords and the Hierophant for Divine Feminine. We have Judgment. Please clarify Judgment. We have the High Priestess in reverse. Divine Feminine, are you not listening to your intuition? We have the Magician. We have the Seven of Wands, the Chariot, and we have Temperance. Again, about patience. Because I feel like there's this rush, the Magician, like, I'm going to pray about it, I'm going to light some candles, I'm going to do a honey jar, I'm gonna get a love spell done. Like, I'm gonna do everything that I can in order to speed this process up, because I know that this is what I want. I know that my divine masculine feels the same way that I feel. I know this is the person that I'm supposed to be with. Like, can we get to it already? So I feel like divine feminine's energy is kind of antsy. And I do feel like with this Page of Wands, it's going to be the communication coming to divine feminines. And again, I feel like his spirit's way of kind of just like, kind of hushing you up so that you get something, and hopefully that simmers you down. With this High Priestess in reverse, though, it's like partially maybe you're not listening to your intuition, but it's also like this, it's like diarrhea of the mouth almost. And that's kind of what it feels like to me. Like, just saying a whole bunch of stuff, whether you're saying it to your divine masculine or the people around you, just talking a whole lot. It's like somebody who's anxious, and, those people who, when they get nervous, like they start talking a lot, it feels like that energy. Please clarify the High Priestess in reverse for divine feminine. Please clarify the High Priestess in reverse for, we have the King of Wands. So we have the King and Queen of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands. I said like a rush of passion with that Knight of Swords. I do feel like there is a rush of passion. This King of Wands could also be somebody that divine feminine is currently talking to, involved with, and that's something that they have to let go of. For some of you. Please clarify the King of Wands with the High Priestess in reverse. I feel like divine feminine is having to make room to receive what is coming. The Tower makes sense. The Sun could be dealing with a Leo, or you could be a Leo. Six of Swords, Ten of Swords, the World. Bottom of the deck, the Ten of Cups. Like I said, it feels like divine feminine is having to make room. And for some divine feminines, they were in a relationship, or they are in a relationship with somebody who is not their divine masculine, and that may be a situation that they have to kind of cut off with this Knight of Swords. Ten of Swords energy, Six of Swords, moving away from this situation. Again, this King of Wands person could be somebody that divine feminine is in a relationship with, talking to, involved with in some capacity. And it's like you got to close this out with the World. This could also be why things are delayed, because divine masculine had to take care of some things in the relationship with the karmic, heal from that, move on. And maybe there's something that you need to focus on, divine feminine, that you need to cut off and move on from. Whether that's a relationship or not. Could be, old feelings towards what happened between you and your divine masculine that still needs to be healed. Whatever the case may be. It feels like you need to create room in your life in whatever way that may be, so that you are ready to receive your divine masculine. The Six of Swords is over here with divine feminine. It's also in the mutual energy with the Ten of Cups in reverse. So again, it looks like for the mutual energy, you both may be moving away from relationships. Whatever type of relationship that is, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a friendship. It could be a family member. I don't know. Maybe you're just trying to move in general, relocate, and you need to do that. But divine feminine, it looks like there's something that you need to move away from in order to create room, create space for divine masculine. Even if that's internally, like clearing up some space in your heart, in your mind, freeing up space, dealing with the things that you need to deal with, the aftermath of your Tower situation. Again, with this Death and Queen of Wands, I felt like the Queen of Wands being divine feminine's energy, there's still being some transformation, some healing possibly that has to go on for divine feminine. But for some divine feminines, especially if you are in a relationship, this is you needing to end that relationship in order to kind of make room for divine masculine. And I feel like for those of you who are in a relationship or a situation, you may already be experiencing conflict within this relationship, or you have already been questioning, like, is this the person that I want to spend my life with? Is this really the person that I'm supposed to be with? Because I feel like you have doubts if you are in a relationship with somebody else, because you know who your divine masculine is. And maybe you just felt like, I don't know, things weren't going to work with your divine masculine, or it just wasn't meant to be. And like I said in the beginning, with that song that came up, it's like reassurance that yes, there's going to be another chance. And so now Spirit is like, what you gonna do? Are you going to create room, or are you going to stay in this situation? Let's see. Because we got the Ten of Cups in reverse here for the mutual energy, but we got the Ten of Cups in upright at the bottom of the deck. Please clarify the Six of Swords and the Ten of Cups in reverse for the mutual energy. Ten of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Please clarify the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups in reverse, Four of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is also here in Divine Feminine's energy. It's interesting that the Knight of Swords is in the mutual energy as well as in the Divine Feminine's energy, along with the Six of Swords that's here. But the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like, is kind of Divine Masculine's energy, where it's like slow and steady. Like, we're going to get there, I'm going to get there, but it's taking time. And Divine Masculine is like, just trust me. Like, I'm coming, but I can only do so much. I have to wait for the green light. Divine Feminine is like, you taking too long. Let's go. Chop, chop. Let's get to it. But at the same time, this Four of Pentacles says that somebody is holding on to something. And I feel like for those Divine Feminines that have a relationship, like you're in a relationship, a situationship, could be somebody that you're just sleeping with, that you casually dating. It may not be nothing serious, but it could be that you're holding on to this situation, and in essence, you're holding up the process of Divine Masculine coming to you. So, Divine Feminine, you may be in a rush for this to happen, but I also feel like Spirit is saying, but have you really prepared for this? Have you really made room for this? Have you created space for this? Are you sure you're ready? Have you cleaned out your closet and gotten rid of the skeletons, the things that maybe you haven't dealt with fully? Maybe there's a person or people in your life that you need to get rid of in order to create this space, but you're rushing and you're not even really ready. Please clarify this Four of Pentacles for the mutual energy. Ace of Pentacles. Even though the Five of Pentacles isn't out here, Ace of Wands, I still feel like there's a bit of Five of Pentacles energy. So again, it could be that somebody is holding on to something that happened in this situation. Like, you just up and left, you abandoned me, whatever, and that's something that needs to be taken care of. Somebody is still holding a grudge. But I feel like there's a whole lot of passion here, that's for sure. And like this strong desire to be with one another. But it's like things are still moving slowly. But again, I feel like things are moving slowly because there's still some things that need to be addressed. It feels like Divine Feminine may need to address some things either internally, externally, or both. And I feel like Divine Masculine is the more poised one. The one that's like, okay, yes, I want this. Like, I'm ready for this to happen. But at the same time, like, there's a process here. And I don't want to rush into anything. But Divine Feminine is like, hurry up. But I feel like Spirit is saying, like, are you sure you're ready for this? Like, are you prepared to receive this? Have you gotten yourself together? Have you cleared space in your mind, in your heart, in your life for this person that you say you want. So there you have it, divine masculine, divine feminine. I do hope that this is helpful for you, that it gives you some guidance, some clarity, and some insight. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for spending time with me. Be sure to like this video. If you have not subscribed, turn on your post notification bell so that when I post a new video, you are notified. Follow me over on Instagram and Twitter at thebluntreader, and I will talk to you all next time.